KASNEB is a state corporation within the National Treasury and the Ministry of the National Treasury and Economic Planning. And it's an old institution established in 1969, basically to develop syllabuses and examine and certify students who do business courses, business qualifications, that include CPA, that's Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, the Certified Secretaries, and then the Certified Credit Professional, the Certified Certified Investments and Financial Analysts, among others. So we have 4 levels of examinations. We have certificates, we have the vocational certificates, we have the professional, and then the post-professional qualifications. So KASNEB indeed has been around for 54 years in July this year. By 24th of July this year, KASNEB will be 54 years old, which shows to you that it's a stable, resilient organization in Kenya doing the work of serving people in the business professional sector. Every year we have 3 sittings for examinations since the new syllabus was launched in July 2021. And from that time, we normally have examinations in April, August, and December. Our April examinations this year will be administered between the 24th and 27th of April this year, 2023. It will be on Monday to Thursday. But for those who intend to sit for exams in April this year, the deadline is exactly 1 month before the exams, which means it will be done on the deadline will be on 24th of March 2023. And we encourage students to register by that deadline without any delay, because there will not be any extension. We encourage people who can afford to register to do so by 24th. Those who for any reason they are not able to, are encouraged to defer. What that means is that they are encouraged to wait to book for the August sitting. Because we normally have 3 sittings in a year. We do not want you to struggle very much and force yourself or push yourself to pay and register for the April sitting, when indeed you can actually do the exams in even December or April or August, depending on when you are able. We have also had other plans. We encourage people to apply for KASNEB loans, KASNEB Foundation loans and bursaries. So we have an arm that deals with bursaries and loans. Whoever is eligible to apply for them, they can actually apply through the normal process. The criteria for application and those who are eligible is available in our website, and we have a foundation office within KASNEB Towers. It is a must that any student turning up for an examination must have a timetable with their photograph on it. Because as soon as you book for the exam, you immediately generate your timetable. Those who are struggling to get a timetable is because maybe they have not indicated or used their photos, which we encourage students to use a very good photo, because some of them, we find them that they are using very funny photos. And remember, these photos will not be changed. We shall use them when you go for employment interviews. If in case you do not get it, then you can get in touch with us through the info@kasneb.or.ke or call our office numbers that are available in our website. Now that we have 3 examination sittings in a year, we do encourage students to, and it's a requirement that students sitting for a particular level, whether it is in foundation or intermediate or advanced level, we expect them to spend a minimum of 6 months to prepare for the exam. The examination board has decided that we will be barring students who attended the exam in the previous sitting and passed that level. Let's say they were doing foundation and they are now supposed to proceed to the intermediate. So we will not allow students to immediately do the exam in April if they did it in December and passed. However, for students who did exams assuming they had done the 6 papers, they booked all the 6 papers in December 2022, and they passed, like say, 4 papers or 5 papers and remained with 1 paper, they will be allowed to sit for the exam in the subsequent exam available, which is April. But for a new advancement of levels, we require that you need to take 6 months. We have also cautioned a number of training institutions that present students for examinations within a short time, which is not 6 months. So if they do administer with a teacher, they think students have understood. But when they do the exam, the students will definitely fail. Therefore, they blame the training institution. So we encourage all stakeholders, including led by our students, to just take the time to sit for exams after 6 months of preparation. Now, KASNEB organizes webinars free of charge to the students that if they are available and they are particular areas. Every time we release examination results for a sitting, the board notes areas of concern, particularly in areas of law, taxation, financial reporting, and related areas. So what we have done recently, we have issued feedback on performance of students on specific questions in the December sitting. So we encourage students who are registered this time around to go back to that exam to guide them on areas how in questions that they found them difficult to respond to, and revise accordingly. There are 3 sittings at the moment. We expect to even increase them, especially for those doing business data analytics and related areas. For one reason is that we expect even the qualified members of ISPAC, qualified KASNEB graduates who are members of ISPAC, to go back and do business data analytics, because it is an area of an introduction that came in recently following the syllabus review by KASNEB stakeholders. So one of the things that we introduced there is the Excel, so that we expect them to analyze. As an accountant, you need to use any software to analyze information before you make decisions. Yes, there will be more sittings. Indeed, we want to separate. Currently, we have 3 sittings, but we shall be separating examinations for the business data analytics and other modeling papers to even anytime they are ready. As it is today, it's a requirement by the policy and the regulations. For information of students and other stakeholders, the Ministry of the National Treasury in 19 December 2022 issued guidelines on, among other things, examination rules. What is supposed to guide students? We encourage students to review them or to read them to understand. So it is expected that students are supposed to do three papers at a minimum. However, if the students have done, say they book 3 papers and then they pass 2 papers, and they just want to do the remaining paper that they did not pass, they are allowed to book for that examination.
As a student, you have a challenge, you can contact us by phone at the call center and someone will assist you, or you can email to ictsupport@kasneb.or.ke and someone will assist you. You need to log into the student portal and make sure that your contact details are correct, your telephone numbers and email addresses should be correct. If they are correct, then you'll be receiving communication from KASNEB. We are doing a lot of investment in upgrading the infrastructure, and we see that challenge being a thing of the past in the near future.
KASNEB Foundation is a charitable trust in Kenya under the Trustees Act of CAP 164. Our main aim is enhancing inclusivity and equity by providing financial assistance to needy students who want to pursue the KASNEB qualifications. Now, the difference between loans and bursaries is this. Loans, you have to give the money back through. Of course, if you get the money, you have to give us back the money. But a bursary is whereby you get the money and we give it to you, quote unquote, free. You have to go into the HELP website. On the HELP website, there's a dedicated section for KASNEB Foundation. When you click on that, it will give you a list of instructions that you have to do. Some of the things that you have to put on that list that we'll give you is your ID number, your KRA PIN, your correct names, right? And make sure that all this information is extremely correct, because if it's not correct, and they don't match up, then you will not get the loan or the bursary. When that happens, we also have to make sure that the eligibility criteria of the student matches what we need, because we want to ensure that the student is needy, as I said before. When you're successful, of course, in applying for it, HELP will send you an email with a letter attached telling you you're successful. Now, when the money is disbursed, please note that it's in 2 different sections. One being your tuition fees, which goes to your accredited university of your choosing, which is a small amount of money. And the second part goes to your KASNEB student portal, which is for things like booking of exams, registration, exemptions, etc. So that money does not, please, and I note, go into your personal funds, but goes to your university for tuition or the KASNEB student portal for use. After the loans and bursaries have been given to you, as I said, they go to your accredited university for tuition. Now and also to your KASNEB student portal. I will dissect both. For your university that you have picked, You go to the university, say your name and your number, and they'll show you that, yes, you do have these funds. Now, depending on what the fee structure is for your university, you will use the funds for school, for learning in that university. When it comes to KASNEB, we're an examining body. So when it comes to maybe time for exams, you want to book for exams, you go to your student portal with your registration number and you just apply. It's quite easy. It's done online. You just say booking of exams, how many exams you want to do. You put them down and the money gets taken to KASNEB straight.
We allow students who have booked examinations to change examination centers 3 weeks before commencement of the examination, and they are supposed to apply through the KASNEB student portal, and they must fill valid reason for the request to change the center, which is reviewed at the back end, and thereafter a feedback is filled to the student, and the request can be rejected or accepted. First of all, I want to handle deferment, and we have a facility that allows students to request for deferment of examination for some reasons. One of them is timetable clashes with the university examinations. We also allow students to change centers in case of illness, and again, we do allow that one to happen 30 days before the commencement of the examination. And again, students are supposed to apply through the student portal. The cases are reviewed and they could be rejected or accepted. For withdrawal of examination, we allow students to withdraw provided that they make the request through the student portal before the closing date specified for the booking of examinations, in which case we refund 50% of the fee, and in case of illness, we refund 75%. Again, it could be rejected or accepted. 2 documents are very critical for a bona fide candidate to sit for examination of KASNEB, and one of them is the National Identity Card. Number 2, the student must provide a valid timetable for that sitting. In addition, if a candidate does not have an ID, we could allow, in exceptional cases where the ID has not been processed by the relevant government department, we could use a birth certificate or a college ID card. The disciplinary measures are graduated, and we have the most severe disciplinary punishment, which is suspension for 3 years, nullification of result, and registration as a student of KASNEB. In that case, a student, after they complete that suspension period, they are allowed to appeal. We have less severe form of offenses, like writing names on the script, in which case we reprimand the student and we also nullify the result. KASNEB does release results after the conduct of examination within a period of 4 weeks or 28 days. But we are working towards improving that process to reduce the number of days to around 21. Currently, we are printing certificate after the release of the result within a period of 4 months. Unfortunately, we do not replace torn certificates as well as lost certificate, and because of the risks involved in doing so. But we are working towards reviewing that. But once we develop a policy, we shall be able to advise our stakeholders. We shall be holding a virtual prize award ceremony on 28th March 2023. That will be on a Tuesday. And we shall be awarding prizes to successful candidates who sat examinations in December 2021, April 2022, August 2022, as well as December 2022 sitting. In other words, we shall be awarding 4 cohorts of students. We have provided a facility for students to apply for exemptions through KASNEB student portal. And what students are supposed to do is to go to the student portal, apply, attach the relevant academic certificate as well as transcript. And when they do so, at the back end, we review those applications and then we give a feedback to the student on the papers they are exempted. For confirmation of the results, again, that facility is provided in the student portal, and students are required to apply and also pay the prescribed fee of Shilling 300. Students could also apply for exemptions through the info at kasneb.or.ke. We do also have an alternative email, examprocess@kasneb.or.ke. But in all those platforms, students must pay 300 shilling to get a confirmation letter. Now, for candidates who apply for exemption before sitting for an examination, we are able to provide both an exemption letter as well as a certificate. Now we have, in exemption circumstances, students who have already sat for an examination, later on, they provide certificates for consideration for exemption. In that particular circumstance, we do not provide a certificate. We provide an exemption letter together with a result notification. Now, apparently, you cannot combine level, let's say, in a TD level 1 and level 2, because we have a progression rule that requires that you move from the known to unknown, and therefore simple to complex, and therefore you cannot combine level 1 and level 2 in the diploma examinations, whereas also in the professional examination, you cannot move from a foundation level to intermediate before you complete examination in the foundation level. Now, through the ERP or through the student portal, we have provided that facility for booking examination regardless of the geographical location where a student is. In conjunction with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we are able to facilitate students to sit examinations, provided that we have a mission or a Kenyan embassy in those countries. And therefore, we are able to conduct examination in quite a number of missions, and at the moment, we do conduct examinations in about 30 missions in every city. We no longer process student ID for the reason that we did improve the timetables we issue to students, and most of the information that was in the student ID is now captured in the timetable, such as the photo, the national ID of the student, as well as the details like institution and examination centers.
When we are awarding exemptions, we look at the units or papers that somebody has covered, and we look at the equivalence when we look at our qualifications. For instance, if you have covered a paper in communication skills, and we have a similar paper here, we'll give you an exemption. But it's important to note that we do not exempt beyond the foundation level of our qualifications. KNQA is the Kenya National Qualifications Authority, the body that is mandated to equate or categorize qualifications in Kenya, professional qualifications, university degrees, and diplomas. So what KNQA has done is that it has equated our qualifications at a level called level number 7, together with university degrees. That means that our qualifications have been equated to a university degree, and our post-professional qualification, that is a certified forensic fraud examiner, has been equated at level 8, which is equivalent to a postgraduate diploma. The e-learning resources, first to just mention to students that KASNEB has subscribed to over 50,000 e-learning resources through various databases. Students are required to log into our website, and they are going to find a form where they'll register for the e-learning resources, and thereafter they will be sent a password to their respective emails, which they can use to access the e-learning resources. For the past papers, we have a link which is also available on our website, and through that link they can access both syllabus, the past papers under the old syllabuses and also under the new syllabuses. Currently, KASNEB has not published any study packs, but we are working with the Strathmore University, which has published quite a number of books under the new syllabus. We are in the process of reviewing them, but they are aligned with our KASNEB syllabuses, and students can use them to study for our examinations. The list of accredited institutions is on our website, and students can be able to log in, and they'll be able to access the institutions that are fully accredited and the institutions that are interim accredited. And to note that even our students outside Kenya, we have accredited institutions in Rwanda, in Cameroon, and we are currently accrediting in South Sudan. So they're able to access institutions on our website. Yes, as you are aware, KASNEB is now running computer-based examinations for vocational, certificate, diploma, and post-professional. And our centers are spread throughout the country. We have centers in Mombasa, in Nairobi. For instance, Nairobi KASNEB Towers is a center, and KCO University. In Meru, we have a center, Meru National Polytechnic. Quite a number of our national polytechnics. In Kisumu, Eldoret, Kisii, are also our CBE examination centers. And we're also going to introduce additional ones as we move on, including in Isiolo, Voi, Nyahururu, Kitale, Bungoma, Siaya, and many other parts of the country, including even northeastern in Garissa. Yes, we are planning to introduce the accounting technician diploma under the CBE platform. We had initially planned to introduce it in April 2023, but to give students more time to prepare for the CBE examinations for ATD, we shall introduce them from the August 2023 sitting. So our students in August 2023, our trainers must learn that the ATD level 1 will be run on a computer-based platform from August 2023 and subsequent. And then, of course, December we shall bring in ATD level 2, and then April 2024 we shall bring the ATD level 3. The practical paper is a final exit paper. You are required to have mastered knowledge in all the other papers, so it is done as a final exit paper and it cannot be combined with the previous papers. CPA is recognized by the SAICA. SAICA is a South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. We do have a mutual recognition agreement with them. We also have a mutual recognition agreement with the CPA Australia, and quite a number of Kenyan CPAs are already practicing in Australia. And the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, that is in UK, we also do have a mutual recognition agreement with them. And we are looking for additional ones, including in the USA, Canada, Singapore, and many other parts of the world. We have 4 specialization papers. We have Advanced Management Accounting, Advanced Taxation, Advanced Audit and Assurance, and Advanced Public Financial Management. You are allowed to specialize in a maximum of 2. If there's a paper that you wish to come and specialize later, you have to finish the entire CPA and then come back and do it as a single paper certificate. Yes, we are making arrangements for that from the August 2023 sitting. A student who has finished CPA in the old syllabus can come back and sit for the practical data analytics paper. When they do that and they pass, we give them a single paper certificate for that business data analysis. One of the changes that was introduced was the issue of the practical experience. They are supposed to acquire at least 1 year practical experience. For those who are not able to get 1 year practical experience, we do provide a work simulation environment where they can come in and simulate the work environment. There's a workshop on ethics, because ethics is very critical for professionals. So this workshop is where they can come and interact with professionals, get to know about the ethical dilemmas and how to handle issues of ethical threats when they are out there in practice. There's also a workshop for research, that is for the certified secretaries. They are required to attend a 1-week workshop where they'll be taken through the research process. And as an alternative to the research workshop, they can be able to undertake a 4-month research project out in the field. It's important that I mention about a practical paper that was introduced in CPA and in CIFA. This is a practical data analytics paper. For CPA, it is called Business Data Analytics. So in terms of implementation, for the practical paper on Business Data Analytics, we require candidates to come with their laptops. These are laptops that they can either purchase or they can lease or hire. And those candidates that are completely unable to access a laptop, then we go out of our way as KASNEB and provide them with the laptops. So we expose them in a practical business environment. And what we have done is that we have identified computer-based examination centers, and they are spread throughout the country. Most of them are universities and national polytechnics, but we also have private institutions that have come on board. Then there's the issue of the workshops. These workshops, like the workshops on work simulation, we are going to start with the workshops later this month here in Nairobi. And these are going to be held here at KASNEB Towers. And students will come with their laptops, and we are going to simulate the actual work environment for them. And later on, we shall decentralize the workshops, and we shall go to where the students are, so that students don't have to come here. You realize that we have students spread throughout the country, and even outside Kenya. For students outside Kenya, a lot of this training and simulation is going to be held virtually. But we are also going to create time to go and visit them and see how they are undertaking these new projects. We shall partner with the professional bodies. For instance, for the practical experience, we shall partner with the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya to provide or facilitate internships. And I think at this point it's important also to request support from the government in terms of providing internships and the job opportunities also for our graduates. I've just mentioned about the new measures that we have put in place to ensure that our graduates meet and even surpass market expectations. And then the issue of research, we are going to allocate supervisors to the students. And we have the professional body, the Institute of Certified Secretaries, that is going to assist us in terms of allocating supervisors for the research. I've also mentioned about a workshop on research. Students can either pursue the research project or attend a 5-day workshop on research management and research methodology. We have requested a number of universities to assist us with facilitators who are going to take students through a 5-day workshop. And what we have done is that we have the contacts of the students who are eligible to sit for these workshops, and we are in a regular communication with them through webinars, just to keep them posted. There are no for CPA students, these exit requirements are compulsory. You have to demonstrate that you have 1 year practical experience or attend a work simulation. There's no exemption. On the issue of ethics again, you have to demonstrate that you have attended that workshop, because we are very, very particular on issues of ethics. We don't want just to train you on technical matters. We also want to ensure that by the time you are graduating, you are an all-rounded person. So there are no exemptions. Our CS students, just before they exit, are required to undertake either a research project or attend a 1-week workshop on research methodology. So what will happen is that, again, you are going to, for those who wish to go through the research project alternative or pathway, we are going to allocate them supervisors who are going to supervise them and guide them and mentor them as they undertake that project. And these supervisors, we are going to work with the Institute of Certified Secretaries to obtain a list of these supervisors. For those who are not perhaps willing to go through the research project way, we have given them an alternative, and that is the workshops on research methodology. And these workshops will be 5-day workshops, which will be conducted starting here in Nairobi at KASNEB Towers, and then we are going to spread them throughout the country and even outside the country. And as I've said, some of these workshops for our students outside Kenya will facilitate them to attend virtually. Yes, there are some exemptions. For instance, for the research project, if you are a master's degree holder, and you know a master's degree is based a lot on research, so you do not have to do another research. So you have to apply for exemption through the student portal and submit also your documents So if you're a master's degree holder, you're going to be exempted. If you're also a holder of a degree in law, LLB, with over 5 years post qualification, and also you are registered as an advocate with over 5 years, you'll also be exempted from the research project. Those are the categories of students for the time being that we'll be exempting. But again, the exemption policy is a live document, and we'll be continuously reviewing it. Yeah. First, there are no exemptions in this data analytics paper. They are very, very practical papers, and we do require all our students to go through them. So then there are no exemptions. With regard to the conduct of that paper, it will be administered for the first time in the April 2023 sitting. Students are required also to come with their laptops, and we shall, of course, indicate the specific centers spread throughout the country. When they come with these laptops, it must be, we recommend a minimum ICO 3 installed with MS Excel, at least the 2010 version or a higher version of MS Excel. What we shall do is that after every deadline, after every sitting, after we have booked the candidates and we know that these are the candidates who are going to sit this particular sitting, we normally take about 3 to 4 weeks to take them through, to train them how to operate Excel, how to analyze data, and we shall even give them a pilot paper. The pilot paper will be for their own practice. So students need not be worried. After the deadline, we'll take them through about 3 to 4 weeks and guide them on how they're supposed to open the exam. You know, it's computer-based, how to open the examination, how we shall send them the password, how to analyze data, and how to submit their solution through the computer-based platform. So students need not get worried at all. For CPA, they must finish all the compulsory papers. They must also attempt and pass at least 2 specialization papers. Then they must do the data analytics, business data analytics. After they do the business data analytics, then if they have 1 year practical experience, they submit, there's a template we have already issued. They submit evidence that they have the 1 year practical experience. If they do not have the 1 year practical experience, they come for the 1 week work simulation workshop. And then everyone attends now the workshop on ethics, because the workshop on ethics is the last one that they finish with. And then now they'll be able to be graduated and awarded the certificate. Yes, a number of training institutions are coming on board, particularly the accredited institutions here in Nairobi, mainly based at the Central Business District. So they have started offering business data analytics. But it's important also to add that the business data analytics papers and the financial modeling are based on Excel skills. And any student can be able to attend even a computer college and learn about Excel skills, basic Excel skills and advanced Excel skills, because they are the main instruments or software that we use for data analytics. But students can contact our accredited training institutions, and they are in the process of rolling out these trainings. But also to add that we are conducting webinars for our students, and we do take them through. We partner with a trainer, and the trainer takes students virtually. So even those that do not have an opportunity to attend an established training institutions, they have an opportunity to attend our webinars, where we partner with the training institutions, and we offer these webinars for free to them. Right now, we are undertaking a midterm review of our syllabuses, and we are listening to what our stakeholders have said. There's a section of our stakeholders that have, for instance, noted the need to make advanced management accounting a compulsory paper rather than a specialization paper. So we are looking at those views, and we shall be getting back to our stakeholders with the decision that the board is going to make. Yes, I wish to address our students in various parts of the world. We have students, first of all, in the entire East Africa region. We also have students in Cameroon, quite a number of them. And even throughout the world where we have embassies, our students actually sit for these examinations. The message I would wish to inform them is that first, they should not be worried, and we are going to facilitate them. If it is a business data analytics, we are working with our Kenyan embassies and high commissions throughout the world, where they can go and undertake these examinations. Just in the last sitting, we had a student in Canada, actually, who sat for our business data analytics, the practical paper. So they need not get worried. And for the workshops, we shall share a link with them, and then they can be able to attend these workshops virtually. So they need not be worried at all, whichever part of the world they are in.